it's like people are just like, oh no, I'd rather see, cell phone footage of blowjobs than like all this money that I pour into this like carefully curated, beautifully shot video and stills, and I get like almost no feedback from it. And it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing.
Yes,
So,
I feel that pain.
but you are still shooting for studios sometimes, like you were just out here. And
Yes.
so what's that like being back on set? Like, what do you love about being on set versus shooting at home?
On set, I like that I can just be the model. I can focus on doing what I need to do with what they've given me. It kind of clears me to kind of be a little, maybe a little more adventurous, whereas when I'm producing my own content, I'm focused on lighting, I'm focusing on set, and is the models okay with everything that's going on, and all the other stuff, post production, pre production, that goes on with producing a film, that when I work for somebody else, I can just be whoever I want to be for that scene. And it's very kind of refreshing, and kind of a helps kind of like reset me, where I can maybe even explore a different character or a different scenario in what I shoot when I go back home.
Yeah, no, that absolutely makes sense. There's a lot of responsibilities that come along with producing your own content. As much as like there may be the benefits of having the control and that kind of stuff, it's a lot of work. So I absolutely relate to that. So I guess let's get your origin story. How did you get started in the adult industry?
My origin story is very, very long. um, so there's an unofficial date and an official date and a semi full time date. So we'll just kind of start from the beginning. Uh, I was modeling for some extra income while I was in college, because I was going to college. I was in the National Guard. I was just getting my GI Bill. I was working. I was just like being a pet sitter and everything. And I'm like, oh, I'll do some modeling. I did a lot of like conventions because I was living in Orlando at the time, conventions, and I was just doing like local clothing modeling, like just body part, torsos, and things like that. And I was a booth girl out at Daytona for the races for multiple companies. And then my husband, now boyfriend at the time, liked recording ourselves having sex together. I found out that I got turned on by the act of one being recorded. And then later on, once I guess the internet kind of exploded, and the technology caught up, we could post those little like home sex videos. And I got turned on even more knowing that other people were watching me. So that is kind of my origin story, if you will. But as in my husband and I, we've always kind of made our own content. And then in like 2005, I think it was, I shot my first scene for a mainstream porn company, Reality Kings. And it took a couple of years for it to go live and be activated, if you will.